Alright, so I feel like the camera's too far away. Okay. So I gotta talk about something. I don't know what it is with Night Rain, bro, but the community, not the game. I said I was gonna make a video on this. This game is so fucking ambiguous, and what that word means is like everybody's view, how people view the game and their opinions are so vastly different with yours. It's like music. You can never, near impossible, and it is probably impossible to find somebody that likes every single song in your playlist the same way that you do and would start disliking it the same way you do, has the same viewpoint towards it the same way that you do, because with Night Rain you're given options, and you're given options, you're given play styles, you're given separate views on the bosses, the map, the shifting earths, the night bearers, all this stuff that you could have an opinion on, and people's, it just does not align the best. And that leads me to say, don't follow guides on Night Rain as well. Don't follow any guides. Don't follow any guides. Don't follow any videos on that. Unless if it's a boss guide, how to beat a boss, or how to beat this, or tips to level up the quickest, that's fine. But when it comes to guides on characters, like, if this is your first time using the character, for example, Recluse, she's pretty complicated, right? And Guardian, those are like the two most complex characters. Well, I learned them in 5 minutes. Yes, you can learn them in 5 minutes, but I'm talking like people that are, did not jump in the sparring area and just immediately jumped into the map, with Guardian and Recluse, right? And you guys can see my cat back there. This big baby. She's loafing on my shelf over there with all my games on it. But it's like, damn. Like, you can learn those characters, but then eventually the way you play them is totally up to you. And people are getting on this game for like the relic system being disappointing. Yes, it could use improvements, but it's a good start in my opinion that people are going to disagree with. You see what I'm saying? Oh, well, everybody's going to disagree with your opinion, but it's not like as crazy as the last, or like the Souls games. Hot take or not, I don't know. Night Rain is not a Souls game. It's not a Souls-like game. It's a game made by From Software that's a roguelike. It's a roguelike game made by From Software. It has nothing to do, nothing about it screams Souls-like. It's Elden Ring combat roguelike. You know what I'm saying? The funnest part about the game for me is, and people, obviously, I don't see how they don't see this, but people, let me sit all the way up because you guys can see me. People see Night Rain as a game that's not super random. Oh, it's the same map. Yeah, it's the same map. But the dungeons are not in the same spot. The bosses are not in the same spot. They all drop different loot. And every experience is different, especially if you use different characters each run. So, my question is this. People say Night Rain is not random. I disagree. People say Night Rain is not random enough. That's fair. I saw a guy, this YouTuber, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, his name is Yui. Good videos, I'm not hating, I'm not saying nothing bad, I'm subscribed to him, I think he makes good stuff. I have nothing against him. But he said that he wishes Night Rain had a truly random mode, like where merchants can sell legendary weapons, from legendary weapons to some fucking, from legendary weapons to fucking, boiled prawn, a common item or common weapons. He sells a flail in one, and then he sells a sacred relic sword in the other, and it's like super random. So yeah. And another thing I want to get on, I don't know if I talked about it, but like back to what I was saying about everybody's opinion is different. I've heard some opinions that, like, I heard a lot of bad opinions, and I was like, whatever. And by bad opinions, I mean opinions I don't agree with. But I've heard some opinions that not only I did not agree with, but I don't even know where they got that from. There's a lot of ones out there like critical hit builds are niche. That's what Yui said. Heavily disagree. In solo. In multiplayer, I do understand. But in solo, no. No. No way in hell. For Guardian and Raider, hell, even Wilder, you know, or even Iron Eye, I don't think those builds are niche. Stance breaking is their middle name. Like, especially in solo, where, you know, the enemy does not have 3 times the stance. Yeah, so critical hit builds are niche. Some girl said Recluse's ult is better than Raiders. I might rank their ults and skills soon. You know what I'm saying? Just not now. Disagree with that. And then the worst one, the worst opinion I've heard, you know, honorable mention, Night Rain fell off because it reused assets. Gang, people played it because it reused assets. Why the fuck do you think it fell off because it used reused assets? The reason people played the game in the first place is the reason it fell off. Think about it. If it was just called Night Rain and it was like a combination, it was brand new Souls combat. Like, people had to learn from scratch. And it had Elden Ring bosses and lots of Dark Souls enemies and bosses. Which people said, hell to the no. I do not want to fight, you know, the Deepa Curse from DS3? Hell nah. Instead of Curse, it's Deathblight. Or them Outrider Knights in Dark Souls 3, you know, with the frost swords. Hell nah. Or the Grooves. Could you imagine a Farin Keep shifting Earth, bro? Like, that sounds cancerous. Keep it Elden Ring. That's the game I'm most experienced with. Add Dark Souls bosses, but don't go beyond that, please. I'm good. And I promise you, most motherfuckers who played Elden Ring, you know, probably did not even touch DS3. Because it has less rights than Elden Ring. Which, I mean, what do you expect? It's an older game. But anyway, that's besides the point. The worst opinion I've heard is a guy saying that solo mode is not enjoyable because he truly thinks that the game is 110% all the way, top to bottom, completely designed for multiplayer. You don't have to tell me that you did not play solo mode a lot. You don't have to tell me that you did not grab any character and beat every Night Lord solo, you know, once. You don't even have to tell me that. I could just know from you just saying that. Look at my cat. Look at Sammy. You don't even have to tell me that. I already know damn well he played solo like 3 times and got off. And yeah, he also said, this is another terrible fuck-ass opinion. Somebody said that bosses that spam AoEs are designed for multiple people. In this game, you only get hit, or you only take damage if you get hit. And when you lose to a boss, your brain is like, okay, when I rematch that boss, when I fight him again, what can I do to not get hit? Unless if you're using Guardian, but even still, you don't want to get hit all the time, right? I guess if you're using Guardian, this rule does not apply to you, which I disagree when people say Guardian is the best character to learn movesets with. But how the fuck are you learning a moveset if you're not dodging? How the fuck are you learning a moveset if you're not building muscle memory, clicking the circle button on the controller right there? You're just walking towards him slowly. Say something. Walking towards him. Blocking everything, which I don't know how they can, but I can't. I don't know what relic does that. I don't fucking know. Did I do Guardian's Remembrance? I don't think so. I should do that so I can see what relics he has, because my gosh. Anyway, yeah, I think that's tomfoolery as well. It's like, yeah, Guardian this, but yeah, bosses with a lot of AoEs like Sentient Pest are designed for multiple people. And Adele, how the fuck is a boss people beat in solo daily impossible for solo, in your opinion? And he's like, oh, people are gonna be like, well, I beaten it solo because, oh, because what? Because we're better than you? You know what that sounds like? I don't like saying these words, because it sounds like I'm gatekeeping the boss or whatever. That sounds like a skill issue, my brother. That sounds like a fat skill issue. If you need 2 other people to beat one-on-one bosses, not every boss, not every field boss is designed for multiple people. How the fuck do you need 3 people to fight Morgott? You need 3 people to fight a Magma Worm. You need 3 people to fight one ulcerated tree spirit, one gargoyle, one Death Right Bird, one Zamor hero, one nameless king. You need 3 people to fight one nameless king? If it's truly that hard for you, you probably did not play the base game that much. Which, in my opinion, if you truly are not comfortable in your heart, you don't know a lot of movesets. For example, if you just beat Elden Ring in the DLC and then got off and did not explore out and fight gargoyles, fight Death Right Birds, fight ulcerated tree spirits. These bosses are not main bosses. These are side bosses. You know what I'm saying? That are just out there in the obscureness. And learning their moveset comes from fighting them. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to fight them, maybe watch a video or 2, or play Night Rain a lot so you can practice, because obviously, with the fact that you can sprint extremely quickly, Death Right Birds are now way more possible than they were in the base game. Fuck Death Right Birds. I hate them. Tree Sentinels are bullshit. Their fucking shield slam attack is still stupid. Why the fuck is the AoE behind him? I'm getting hit when I'm behind the Tree Sentinel. What kind of bullshit is that? It's like, I don't freaking get it, bro. I really don't get it. So yeah, guys, there you have it, man. I don't get it with this game, or like this game's community. Everybody's opinions is so mixed up and crazy. It's incredible. You know what I'm saying? It's surprising me because it's something that the other games don't have. If a weapon objectively sucks, like the Vare's Bouquet, for example, everybody and their mama is saying that it's not good. But now, people think Recluse sucks. People think Recluse is the best character. People think Recluse is an okay character. You know, it's like the most mixed bag in the world. Because everybody, and that's another thing that makes it crazy. You got different Nightfarers, different bosses, different playstyles, different relics, different builds you can create. You know how I use Executor with all 3 status effects. You know, Bleed, Poison, and Frost. Duchess, I only use Frost, and people use spells with Duchess. People playstyles are different. Also, people have different experience hours in Elden Ring, the base game. So, if somebody does not know Tree Sentinel's moveset, or Draconic Tree Sentinel's moveset, they're gonna need multiple people to fight that thing. Yeah, that's diabolical. You think that the whole game is designed for multiple people because you're not good enough at it? SMH, bro. So yeah, man, that's kind of it. You know what I'm saying? Some wild shit. This game is ambiguous as fuck.